I should be live now. Actually, one sec. Oh, 1 second, everyone. Ah, goodness gracious. That was weird. Basically, I don't know. I just took this bottle of Pepsi Max Cherry, which I'm gonna drink while I'm on my live stream this evening, and I don't know. It just feels a bit wet. It might be because it was raining earlier and my bag got soaked, and maybe the Pepsi Max bottle got soaked inside the bag. I don't know. I mean, I did get splashed by somebody earlier as well, which wasn't nice. Anyway, hello, by the way. I am live. I'm going to be live for the next half an hour because this is an unexpected live stream, basically, because, and I'll tell you why, because I didn't even know about this until earlier today, and I thought, you know what, I will do a live stream to discuss this, of course. But apparently today, Google and yesterday, sorry, last night, Google did an event. I don't know where. I have no idea where, so we'll find out all together. But they did an event, and basically they revealed at this event that there's some new Google Pixel phones coming. I did notice yesterday on social media, there's a guy that I follow who does YouTube, does Instagram, all of that stuff. I do know that he did actually post a video, bizarrely, of the new Google Pixel. I think it was the Google Pixel 9 Pro. This better not explode in my face, because honestly, that would not be nice at all. So I'm gonna dive in in the next half an hour. I'm gonna dive in and talk to you guys about the Google Pixel 9 and Google Pixel 9 Pro, and just give you the lowdown, basically, on all the features that come with the phone. I'm just gonna take a quick sip of this, which I might have to do every now and then. And I'm just going to very quickly, just very quick, just do a quick share on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. By the way, if you do want to leave a comment in the comment section down below, you're more than welcome to. The comment section is up at the moment. So if you do want to leave a comment, feel free to, and I'll be happy to. Let me copy that link. I'm just going to very quickly post this on my story. I always look a bit weird. That had flash on. Actually, that wasn't too bad. There we go. Live on YouTube now. Feel free to watch and comment in the comment section down below. There we go. And let me just add the link. So feel free to leave a comment in the comment section, and we will have a chat. There we go. Also, as well, can I just say that this is actually really helping me. This is really helping me in terms of, because in a couple of weeks' time, I'm actually going to be back to doing, I think I mentioned this earlier, actually earlier this month, I mentioned that I'm going to be getting back into doing radio shows again for a website called Stationhead. It is also an app that you can download on iOS and Android devices. It's not going to be coming up in next week's episode of the weekly vlog that's coming out on Monday, but it'll be coming out on the week after, though, the 26th of August, that weekly vlog then. I will talk a little bit more about Stationhead, how you can download it, where you can find me on Stationhead as well. I will go through all of that for you guys. I don't know, actually, if I can just press the... Oh, there we go, yeah. No, that is the... There we go. I am live on YouTube channel Steve Official. Feel free to watch and comment in the comments section down below. And then on top of that as well, I am also going to be doing. Hello, Barney's Adventure. Please, mate, let me know if you got a request, please. A request where, Barney? Where did you request? What happened to that other I've got another. Oh, hello. Oh, let's just turn my brightness down. That's lovely. Ah, there we go. I'm all bright now. Oh my god. Oh, brightness. There was a. I'm trying to see if I can find it. There was somewhere on my desk. I'm pretty certain it was here. Maybe I should really sort my desk out, really, because it is a. I'm pretty certain I put a camera battery around here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, I requested to follow you on your new account, mate, on Instagram. I haven't got a new account on Instagram. What are you talking about? I've always had the same Instagram account. Anyway, I haven't got a new Instagram account. Anyway, so yeah, feel free to continue leaving your comments in the comment section down below. I am going to be on between now and in the next 20 minutes. I should really 1 second. Um Let's see as well, actually, where the Google Pixel 9 was announced, because I have no idea what this is, what it is, what it does. I do believe it's got something to do with AI as well. Of course, AI is a really, really big thing with smartphones now. Apple are introducing AI, or Apple Intelligence, as they're calling it, in their next iPhone range and stuff, or in the next iOS update. Obviously, Samsung, they've got Galaxy AI now in some of their Samsung products. And obviously, Google is no different. So we're going to talk about the Google Pixel 9, and we're going to talk about the Google Pixel 9 Pro as well. So, I mean, to be honest with you, do they look any different to any of the other Google Pixel phones from the past? I'm going to say no, it doesn't. But the Google Pixel, oh, well, okay. So the Google Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, and Pixel 9 Pro XL are here. At its annual Made by Google event, Google officially unveiled the 4 devices in its Pixel 9 lineup. Isn't that 3 though? Google Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, and Pixel 9 Pro XL. So that's 3 technically. Although many details have leaked about these devices in recent weeks, we finally have all the information on them straight from the source. So although the Pixel 9 and Pixel 9 Pro are the same size and weight, they differ quite significantly in terms of build materials, display panels, and other components. The Pixel 9 Pro XL, meanwhile, is almost identical to the Pixel 9 Pro, except for in its display, its battery, and its charging speeds. So here is everything you need to know about the 3 slab phones in the new Google Pixel 9 series: the Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, and Pixel 9 Pro XL. I have just sent you a request on my new Instagram. Let me have a look and see if I can see it. Oh yeah, so you have. There we go. I love how the fact that literally, as I just went to confirm it, it says recognize potential scams. Barney, are you a scam? No, I'm joking. You're not really. Um, there we go. Well, anyway. Yeah. But yeah. So there we go. Oh, okay. There was a 4th phone announced, the Pixel Pro Fold. I didn't know about that one. But there we go. We'll have a look at that one in a few moments. So there we go. So the Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL retain the Pixel line's easily recognizable camera bar that was introduced with the Pixel 6 series back in 2021, but with a slight twist to its design. Instead of being housed in a rectangular bar that stretches edge to edge, the cameras are now housed in an oval shaped protrusion that makes it look like the phones have visors. The Pixel 9 Pro and Pro XL have a polished metal frame with a silky, soft touch matte glass finish that is complemented by a dual finish on the camera bar, while the Pixel 9 has satin metal finishes on the camera and frame that contrast with the polished glass back. While the overall design is similar to last year's models, which is obviously the Pixel 8, the Pixel 9 series has even more rounded corners and a new sculpted form that Google says enhances durability and in-hand feel. Google says the Pixel 9 is twice as durable as the Pixel 8 in drop tests, which the company attributes to this new design. It's also worth noting that the Pixel 9, as well as its Pro siblings, all have a layer of Corning's Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on both the front and the back for protection against drops and scratches. In contrast, last year's Pixel 8 series only used Gorilla Glass Victus. In addition, all three phones have a fingerprint resistant coating, are IP68 rated for dust and water resistance. So, of course, they are dustproof and waterproof, like many other smartphones that you would find out on the market these days, and are designed with sustainability in mind. Google says the phone's enclosures are made from 100% recycled aluminium, while their packaging is free of any plastics. The Pixel 9 comes in a dark grey obsidian color, a bright pink peony color, an off-white porcelain color, and a light green wintergreen color. The Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL also come in obsidian and porcelain, but in addition are available in a light grey hazel color and a light pink rose quartz color. So the Pixel 9 series sees the return of Google's Actua and Super Actua OLED displays. These displays debuted on last year's Pixel 8 series and are marketed as such for their incredibly high brightnesses. The Actua display on the Pixel 9 reaches a peak brightness of 2,700 nits. That's 1,800 nits when viewing HDR content, a 35% improvement over the display on the Pixel 8. The Super Actua display on the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL reach a peak brightness of 3,000 nits. That's 2,000 nits when viewing HDR content. This means that all phones in the Pixel 9 series should be readable in direct sunlight. However, brightness isn't the only difference between the Actua and Super Actua displays. The main differences between the two are in resolution and refresh rate. The 6.3-inch Actua display in the Pixel 9 has a resolution of 2424 by 1080 with a 29 aspect ratio, making for a density of 422 ppi. It refreshes adaptively between 60 and 120 hertz, depending on the content. In contrast, the 6.3-inch Super Actua display in the Pixel 9 Pro has a resolution of 2856 by 1280 with a 29 aspect ratio, making for a higher density of 495 ppi. It refreshes more dynamically between 1 to 120 hertz because of its LTPO backplane. The Pixel 9 Pro XL has a slightly larger 6.8-inch Super Actua display with a resolution of 2992 by 1344, making for a density of 486 ppi. Both super accurate displays feature 15% thinner, more uniform bezels compared to last year. Google's Pixel line has always received a lot of praise when it comes to still image quality, even when they don't pack the highest end image sensors. However, with recent generations, Google has started to adopt newer optics for its phones, and with the Pixel 9 series, they've made major improvements in both the non-Pro and Pro camera. To begin with, the Pixel 9 Pro, and Pixel 9 Pro XL all share the same primary rear-facing camera, a 50 megapixel Otter PD wide-angle camera with OIS and EIS support, a f/1.68 aperture, and 1/1.31 inch image sensor size. They also all share the same secondary rear-facing camera, a 48 megapixel quad PD ultra wide angle camera with a 123-degree field of view, autofocus support for macro focus close-ups, a f/1.7 aperture, and 1/2.55 inch image sensor size. Though last year's Pixel 8 Pro also had a 48 megapixel ultra wide angle secondary camera, the smaller Pixel 8 only had a 12 megapixel one. So the Pixel 9 is getting a big upgrade in this department. The tertiary rear-facing and front-facing cameras are dramatically different in the Pixel 9 versus the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL. The Pixel 9 doesn't even 1/3 rear camera, whereas the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL both have a 48 megapixel quad PD telephoto camera with 5 times optical zoom, OIS and EIS support, a f/2.8 aperture, and 1/2.55 inch image sensor size. The inclusion of this telephoto camera is what allows the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL to support Google's super res zoom algorithm up to 30 times zoom, as opposed to only 8 times on the Pixel 9. While the Pixel 9, of course, has a front-facing camera, it's the same 10.5 megapixel dual PD selfie camera from the Pixel 8 with a f/2.2 aperture and 95-degree field of view. Google did upgrade the selfie camera in one key way, though. The Pixel 9 selfie camera now supports autofocus for sharper selfies for the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL. However, Google equipped them with a much improved 42 megapixel dual PD selfie camera with autofocus support, a f/2.2 aperture, and a 103-degree field of view for wider selfies, even in low light conditions. While these three phones all have spectral and flicker sensors, only Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL have a multi-zone laser detect autofocus LDAF sensor and an infrared temperature sensor. The Pixel 9 has a single zone LDAF sensor, at least, and arguably isn't missing out on much by not having the temperature sensor. So what the Pixel 9 does miss out on, though, are the following video and image editing features that are reserved for the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL. Night sight video and video boost, a feature that improves the quality of your videos by combining HDR Plus with night sight and Google's machine learning algorithms. Your phone records the temporary video, then gets uploaded to Google's cloud servers for processing, which brighten, stabilize each frame, and reduce motion blur to improve the sharpness and clarity of your videos. Video rendering is twice as fast as last year and can now be combined with the 5 times telephoto camera to shoot in high quality up to 20 times zoom. Also, Google's HDR Plus is now applied to the entire zoom range, and an AI upscaling algorithm can be used to boost your videos to 8K 30. Super Res Zoom video. Google's Super Res Zoom algorithm now applies to video too for crisper video recordings at a distance. Zoom enhance. This feature used generative AI to enhance the details of a picture you've already taken when you zoom in on it. This feature was announced last year with the Pixel 8 Pro, but never rolled out for the device. Pro Controls, a feature that lets you manually adjust the focus, shutter speed, and ISO levels in the Pixel camera app. So, what camera features are available on all phones in the Pixel 9 series? You're probably wondering. Well, fortunately, most of the really exciting new camera features are available on the Pixel 9, as well as the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL. These include Add Me. So this feature lets you take a group picture and be in it too. All you need to do is activate Add Me, which will start by guiding you to snap the first group photo without you in it. It will then tell you to trade places with someone else in your group. Add Me will then use augmented reality to guide the second photographer to position the scene around you and then create a composite photo that includes everyone. This feature combines Google's AR platform with 15 on-device AI models running on the Tensor G4 chip. It will launch in preview with the Pixel 9. Auto frame in Magic Editor. So this feature can recompose shots for you. It can automatically reframe your photo, suggest the best crop, and even expand your image to get more of the scene. Google trained this feature on known photographic techniques such as the golden ratio and rule of thirds to improve the composition and storytelling of your shots. You'll get a few options to pick from before the generative AI model fills in the blanks. Reimagine. So the Magic Editor lets you add whatever you want to your pictures. Just tap on a part of the picture, like the background, then type what you want to see added in. You can, for example, add fireworks or butterflies to the background of a photo. Panorama with night sight. So the Pixel camera's panorama mode has been fully rebuilt with a new UI that guides you on where to pause along the horizon. Plus, the Pixel 9 now runs the image through a full HDR plus pipeline for better low light panoramas. Improvements to real tone. So the Pixel 9 snaps even better photos of dark-skinned individuals thanks to improvements in Google's real tone algorithm. These 5 features / improvements join the plethora of existing Pixel camera features, including Magic Editor, Best Take, Cinematic Pan, Audio Zoom, Astrophotography, Face Unblur, Top Shot, and Portrait Light. The Tensor G4 and everything else under the hood of the Pixel 9. So every phone in the new Pixel 9 series is powered by Google's latest custom chipset, the Tensor G4. The Tensor G4 is Google's fastest, most efficient silicon that was custom designed for the Pixel 9 in collaboration with the Google DeepMind team. It features a variety of custom IP blocks from Google, such as an Edge TPU for machine learning acceleration, a custom DSP, and the Titan M2 security coprocessor. While Google's 4th generation Tensor chipset still features an off-the-shelf CPU and GPU, it uses newer core designs for both promising improved processing performance. It also has an updated modem from Samsung, which should hopefully improve connectivity. So here's what we know about the Tensor G4 chip so far. So the CPU in the Tensor G4 is comprised of 8 cores in a 1 plus 3 plus 4 configuration. There's a single high-performance ARM Cortex X4 core clocked at up to 3.1 gigahertz for the most demanding tasks, and it's joined by 3 ARM Cortex A720 cores clocked at up to 2.6 gigahertz, and 4 ARM Cortex A520 cores clocked at up to 1.95 gigahertz. Google says the Tensor G4 offers 20% faster web browsing and 17% faster app launching compared to the Tensor G3, which I should imagine you would have found in the Pixel 8 series last year. As for the GPU, the Tensor G4 has the same Mali G715 GPU from the Tensor G3. It's likely clocked similarly, if not a bit higher than the GPU in last year's chipset, though it's unknown if the number, of course, has changed. For sustained gaming performance, Google equipped its Pro phones with a brand new vapor chamber. The biggest change in the Tensor G4 is the modem. So, excuse me. So Google is now using Samsung's Exynos Modem 5400 in the Pixel 9 series. This modem not only brings satellite connectivity support, but also power efficiency improvements. Though Google didn't share exact numbers, the company says that through various optimizations, the Pixel 9 features 20% longer battery life when the screen is on and 25% longer battery life when the screen is off. The Tensor G4 is paired with 12 gig of RAM in the case of the Pixel 9 and 16 gig of RAM in the case of the Pixel 9 Pro and 9 Pro XL. That's an increase of 4 gig of RAM across the board, as the Pixel 8 only had 8 gig of RAM, while the Pixel 8 Pro had 12 gig of RAM. This extra RAM is necessary because the Tensor G4, is the first chipset to support Google's new Gemini Nano with multimodality model. Gemini Nano with multimodality is the latest version of Google's large language model for on-device Gen AI. It supports not only text-based inputs, but also image, audio, and speech. Google says the TPU supports generating an industry-leading mobile output rate of 45 tokens. To ensure that AI tasks are handled quickly, some memory is reserved specifically for on-device AI use cases, such as ones that rely on the new Gemini Nano with multimodality model. The Pixel 9 features either 128 gig or 256 gig of internal storage, whereas the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL also come in 512 gigabytes and 1 terabyte storage options. The Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL also have an ultra-wideband UWB radio that enhances their use as a digital car key and eventually as a precision finder for compatible Find My Device network tracker tags like the Moto tag. While all three phones feature all-day battery life, they differ in terms of battery capacities and charging speeds. Though the Pixel 9 and Pixel 9 Pro have the same 4,700 mAh battery and 27 watt wired charging speeds, the Pixel 9 Pro charges at up to 21 watts wirelessly on the Pixel Stand 2nd Gen compared to 15 watts on the Pixel 9. The Pixel 9 Pro XL edges out both devices in the battery and charging speed departments, offering a 5060 mAh cell, up to 37 watts wired charging, and up to 23 watt wireless charging with the Pixel Stand 2nd Gen. The Pixel 9 and Pixel 9 Pro charge from 0 to 55% in about 30 minutes, whereas the Pixel 9 Pro charges from 0 to 70% in the same time, provided you're using Google's new 45 watt USB-C charger that is sold separately. So all three phones otherwise support USB power delivery via their USB Type-C 3.2 ports. and up to 12 watts wireless charging via QI certified EPP chargers. For security, the Pixel 9 series not only has Google's Titan M2 security coprocessor, but also an ultrasonic under-display fingerprint scanner from Qualcomm and a face unlock algorithm that meets Android's highest Class 3 rating for biometrics. The inclusion of an ultrasonic under-display fingerprint scanner is particularly interesting as it means the Pixel 9 is the first non-Samsung phone in the US to feature this kind of fingerprint scanner. Ultrasonic scanners don't require the screen to be lit up, making them easier to use at night, and also don't have issues with wet fingers. So if you've been in like the sea, if you went to the beach, or you just washed your hands, for example, then you shouldn't have any problems with the fingerprint scanner in terms of the in terms of the ultrasonic scanners that are found within the fingerprint scanners. So the first phones to be built for Gemini, Google's AI assistant. So the Pixel 9 is the first smartphone to launch with Gemini fully integrated. That might sound odd when you consider that there are other phones with Gemini Nano support baked in. But consider that those other phones either receive Gemini Nano support via a post-launch OTA update, Pixel 8 series, for example, or still default to Google Assistant every Android phone except the new Motorola Razr series. The Pixel 9 series not only includes Gemini Nano support by default, but also makes the Gemini app the default assistant. What this means is that when you press and hold the power button on the Pixel 9, the Gemini overlay will now appear instead of Google Assistant, though you can still revert back to the old Assistant experience if you want to. With Gemini, you can ask Google's chatbot questions about anything, whether it's about something on your screen or something that's on your mind. Since its debut in February this year, Google has upgraded Gemini to support more features from Assistant as well as better integrate with other Google services. To coincide with the Pixel 9 launch, Google is rolling out new updates to the Gemini experience that makes it more interactive, contextual, and conversational. For starters, the Gemini app is now rolling out extensions for Google Calendar, Google Tasks, and Google Keep. This lets you ask questions using your calendar data as context, add items to your to-do list, and add items to your shopping list, among other things. These three extensions join Google Flights, Hotels, Maps, Workspace, YouTube, and YouTube Music, making for a total of 9 extensions so far. Next, Google is updating Gemini to make it more contextual by not having it take up the entire screen when it answers a query. This allows for new use cases such as dragging and dropping an image you generate into an email. In addition, if you pull up the Gemini window over a YouTube video or a PDF in the Files app, you can add them as context to your queries and ask questions about them. These changes were announced at Google I/O 2024, but are only now becoming available with the Pixel 9 launch. Lastly, Google is also rolling out another Gemini experience they teased at I/O, Gemini Live. Gemini Live is a more conversational version of Gemini that lets you ask questions as if you're chatting with someone else. It's rolling out today in English, but will expand to more languages in the coming weeks. Gemini Live is only available to Gemini Advanced subscribers, though Google is offering 1 year of their Google One AI Premium plan, which includes Gemini Advanced plus 2 terabytes of Google One storage if you purchase a Pixel 9 Pro or Pixel 9 Pro XL. It's worth noting that these updates to the Gemini app experience are not exclusive to Pixel phones, even though Google is timing the rollout with the launch of the Pixel 9 series. What is exclusive to the Pixel 9 series, at least for now, is the new Gemini Nano with multimodality model, which powers several new Pixel exclusive software features. The latest version of Google's Pixel UI with more generative AI. Google doesn't have a distinctive name for the operating system on its Pixel devices, so we refer to it as Pixel UI. Pixel UI is quite close to what many people imagine stock Android would be, though it's packed full of apps and features that are exclusive to Pixel devices. With the launch of the Pixel 9, some of those new features include the following: Pixel screenshots. This feature helps you quickly save information you want to remember for later, like an event or location, just by taking a screenshot. When you take a screenshot, the on-device Gemini Nano will, with multimodality model, processes the image, extracts information from it, and saves that information to an on-device database. You can pull up the Pixel Screenshots app to later recall that information via search. For example, if you take a screenshot of your B&B's door codes or Wi-Fi details a few days before your arrival, you can quickly search for those details when you reach the location. Call notes. After a phone call, you'll be presented with a summary of your conversation. For your privacy, the Gemini Nano with multimodality model processes your call audio offline. For the privacy of others, the call notes feature informs participants on the other end of the call that the feature is enabled. Pixel Weather. So Google finally made a dedicated weather app called Pixel Weather. The app has a simple gradient background and rearrangeable widgets. While the beloved frog mascot is missing, the app has all the data you need, from the temperature to the UV index and humidity, sunrise and sunset, wind speeds, AQI, visibility, and pressure. More importantly, the app uses Gemini Nano to offer a quick summary of the day's weather. So, for example, if it's cold and rainy, you'll see a message telling you to bring your umbrella and hold on to your hat. Pixel Studio. This is an image creation playground powered by an on-device diffusion model and Imagen 3. Google's latest text-to-image generator. You can create and refine visuals by typing what you see, all in real time. There'll be various suggestion buttons to make an image more cartoony or cinematic, as well as options to reposition or edit an image without leaving the app. That's it for the new generative AI related features on the Pixel 9 series. Of course, there are other new features, including satellite SOS. As mentioned before, the modem in the Pixel 9 series can connect to low Earth orbit (LEO) satellites. Google is taking advantage of this by offering satellite SOS on the Pixel 9, which lets you message emergency services via satellite when your phone doesn't have cellular or Wi-Fi coverage. This is rolling out later this year, starting in the US, and will be included at no charge for the first 2 years after activation. Google plans to expand satellite SOS on Pixel to additional territories in the future. Now, obviously, I do want to just say very quickly that with that feature already does exist on the iPhones. I do also believe it might also be a feature on the Samsung phones as well. So it is really good to see that this feature is rolling out on smart devices from like some of the big smartphone companies out there like Google and Apple and stuff like that. It's really, really great that they're implementing this feature, especially when you've got no signal and I don't know, you could be stuck in the middle of nowhere and you need to call help, like the emergency services, for example. It is a really, really great feature, I do believe. I mean, I don't think that I could see myself getting lost in a desert and there not being any signal or anything like that, but you just don't know, do you? You really, really don't know. Improved clear calling. So clear calling, a feature that effectively acts as a noise canceller for phone calls, has been upgraded with the Pixel 9 launch. Google says that narrowband LTE calls should sound better than ever now. There will undoubtedly be a lot of minor changes and improvements that Google didn't bother to highlight, but we'll hopefully find out what these are once the Pixel 9 is released. Since the phone's launch with Android 14 out of the box, at least according to Google's spec sheet, we know that there are a lot more features to come in early post-launch updates. The phone's Android 15 updates should be forthcoming, which will bring features like private space, among many others. Google promises to deliver 7 years of operating system updates and security updates from the time of the Pixel 9 launch, which is great news. So even though they launch with Android 14, you can expect they'll receive updates to Android 22 in 2031. And apart from new features introduced in Android OS updates, the Pixel 9 series will receive features via quarterly Pixel Drops, the new name for Pixel feature drops. By the way, a massive good evening to everyone watching my YouTube live. I am live here on YouTube. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Really would appreciate it. But I am talking about the newly released Google Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, and Pixel 9 Pro XL. Hello to Jord, by the way. How's it going, Steve? Just dropping in for a few minutes, watching all the way from Bahrain. Lovely. Yeah, I'm not doing too badly. Thank you, Jord. How are you doing, by the way? So how much does the Pixel 9 cost? Well, at the moment, these are US-based prices, admittedly. But the Google Pixel 9 starts at $799 in the US for the 128 gig storage model. The Google Pixel 9 Pro starts at $999 for the 128 gigabyte storage model, $200 more than the non-Pro device. Lastly, the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL starts at $1,099 for the 128 gigabyte storage model, $100 more than the non-XL Pro model. I should imagine here in the UK, we could probably expect these prices to be around about £799 for the Pixel 9, £999 for the Pixel 9 Pro, and £1,099 for the Pixel 9 Pro XL. And that's if you buy the phone outright, of course. Obviously, there are contracts that obviously mobile phone network companies out there will be doing, and I'm sure they might do some deals on it as well. But check with your local mobile network provider for that information. So the starting price of the Pixel 9 is notably $100 more than the Pixel 8, which, according to what Google told, what Google have said is simply a reflection of all the hardware upgrades they made through, though current economic factors may have also played a role. Glad you're well, mate. I'm all good. Plenty of business meetings in the past few weeks, so I've missed a few live streams. No, that's fair enough. Honestly, that is absolutely fair enough. Especially with like the time zones and stuff like that, Jord. It is, yeah, it's totally understandable, mate. I've been trying to do my live streams around this time of the night. I mean, here in the UK right now, it's 9:44 p.m. So, but yeah, I mean, I have tried. I think I did a live stream. I did a D23 live stream the other day, and it was it was quite early in the evening, to be honest. So there we go. Have you got any other music platforms? Music platforms I can follow you on, mate. I'm not a musician, Barney. I'm just going to get my guitar, my piano, my microphone, like Spotify. I used to have Spotify, but I don't anymore. Actually, I have got a podcast on Spotify called Steve's Weekly Podcast. If you want to listen to it, it is on Spotify. Just search Steve's Weekly Podcast to listen. I am going to be returning with more episodes from September 6th. So if you want to listen, feel free to subscribe to my podcast as well. Okay. Can I follow you on Apple Music if you have it? I do have Apple Music, but I don't know exactly how you follow people on Apple Music. I literally have no idea how you follow people on Apple Music. So I really don't. Good for you, mate. I think me and a couple of other viewers asked you to deliver a few more live streams if you could, and you've certainly stepped up. Yes, I have. I have stepped up the live streaming a little bit. There is, so obviously I did the San Diego Comic Con. I did D23. Obviously I'm doing this live stream right now as well. And then in September, there's going to be another live stream from me in regards to the Apple event. So yeah, I'm going to be doing the Apple event live stream. I'm going to be going live on YouTube as soon as the Apple event is done and over with, so that I can literally just come on and talk to you guys about the Apple event. And I believe, from what I've seen rumored, at least, I've seen. Thank you for the hearts, by the way. I really do appreciate the love on the video stream as well. I believe that the Apple event is taking place on September 10th, so that might be when I go live again on YouTube, straight after the Apple event has finished. Okay. And then I'm going to go live again during the week of September 16th, because Netflix are doing a Geeks Week in September, where they'll be announcing stuff from their streaming service, and like they'll be giving away teasers, maybe a few announcements from some of their upcoming shows like Wednesday and Squid Game and all of that stuff. So yeah, so I'm going to be going live in September a couple of times as well. Can't wait for the weekly vlogs, mate. Yeah, honestly, the weekly vlogs, they're going to be coming back from next week, 19th of August. That's when they'll be coming back at 4 p.m. UK time. I'm looking forward to getting... I mean, I have been doing quite a bit of filming this week as well for the weekly vlogs, so there is a little bit of content in the weekly vlogs for you guys to enjoy when it comes out on Monday. So there we go. So yeah, feel free to continue dropping your comments in the comment section down below. I will be coming back to the comments. Okay. So the Pixel 9 series is available for pre-order now. But the general availability dates differ per model. So the Pixel 9 and Pixel 9 Pro XL are available starting August 22nd. So that's going to be next week. Whereas the Pixel 9 Pro Fold won't be available until September 4th. Google says they'll share more details on the availability of the Pixel 9 Pro in the coming weeks. So it sounds to me like the production has ramped up understandably on the Pixel 9. And weirdly for the Pixel 9 Pro XL, which I thought would have maybe been pushed back a little bit, but the production for the Pixel 9 Pro has probably been a bit slower than maybe they anticipated, which is why they haven't really gave a release date yet for the Pixel 9 Pro. But the Pixel 9 Pro XL and the Pixel 9 are coming out August 22nd, which is next week. And the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is coming out in a couple of weeks' time on September 4th. September 10th, I think I'll probably be back in Saudi Arabia around that time. I'm penciled in to be at a meeting with a large advisor over there. So I'm super excited for that. We'll try and catch the live stream afterwards. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if you do miss the live stream for my Apple event on September 10th, then obviously the live stream, it will be available as a replay on my live section on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. Um, so there we go. So yeah, there we go. Let's have a look at so we've basically gone through the specifications of the awesome mates. Yeah. So we've gone through the specifications of the Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, and Pixel 9 Pro XL. Bizarrely, it's taken me nearly an hour to get through all of that, and I've not even spoken about the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Um, so there we go. So I'm going to have a look now and talk to you guys about the Pixel 9, about the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. How's your family? Yeah, family are doing well, mate. Family are too bad. Thank you for asking. I really do appreciate that a lot. A guy I follow called Palooka was covering the Pixel phones too, and he said it's a ripoff considering the 8 launched not long ago. Oh well, it seems a bit chutty to me. Hello to James, by the way. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it does feel like, and the really weird thing is as well, and I mentioned this earlier in my video, is the fact that we have basically now got we've now, I mean, basically the Pixel 9 series comes with 7 operating system updates, which takes us all the way up to 2031. And the thing is obviously between now and 2031, obviously Google, they're going to be announcing more Pixel phones, probably the Pixel 10, 11, 12, etc., etc. Similar to what Samsung do with their phones, similar to what Apple do with their phones and stuff. So it does kind of, yeah, it does kind of feel a bit weird, to be honest, that they're there. I mean, it is great because it does mean that, you know, it does mean that you can basically keep the Pixel 9 for basically 7 years and then upgrade your phone in 7 years' time. The problem you also have as well is I don't think I've ever had a smartphone in the entire time that I've owned smartphones that have lasted me 7 years. A smartphone for me, if I take really, really good care of it, has lasted me, I'm going to say, somewhere between 2 or 3 years before I then upgrade to another phone. So, yeah, I don't know. It is, yeah. The problem is the batteries in Pixels deprecate too much in even just a year. Exactly. And that's the other issue, is the fact that, you know, especially the battery. I mean, to be honest with you, I've got right here in my hand, I've got the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. I mean, obviously, ever since this phone launched last year, we have had the Samsung Galaxy S24 and the S24 Ultra. Now, did I want to upgrade to the S24 earlier this year? No. Do you want to know why? Because all they introduced, really, for me anyway, was Galaxy AI. They then announced that Galaxy AI would be coming to the S23 series via a software update in the coming weeks. And it was only, I'm going to say, about 4 weeks, 5 weeks after the S24 launched that we then saw the Galaxy AI feature come to the S23 series. So it didn't make me want to upgrade. But the thing is you never know. Next year, Samsung could announce the S25, and the S25 might blow me away to the point I go, yeah, I'm going to get the S25. So, yeah, it does differ. It does differ. And the thing is even with my last phone that I had, which I think was a Samsung A52, I think it was another Samsung phone. The battery in that was really, really bad. It got to the point where I basically couldn't charge my phone. And I had the phone for around about 2 years or 2.5 years. And it got to the point where I had to pay off the rest of my contract on that phone. and then upgrade my phone to the S23, which had not long been released, by the way, when I upgraded my phone. And it just, yeah. So honestly, it just, yeah, I do understand. Like, the batteries in phones aren't great, and I just can't for 1 minute see a battery in a Pixel phone, for example, last for as long as 7 years. Like, you'd probably have to take it into like a mobile phone repair shop and get the phone repaired, like the battery replaced or something like that, you know? I feel as though what they should really do is they should really bring back the replacement batteries that you used to get in phones years ago when smartphones were just taking off. Um I mean, obviously you used to have like Samsung ones as well, and um BlackBerry, I think they used to do them as well. You know, you used to do all of those. So anyway, let's now talk about the Pixel Fold, because honestly, I have overran this live. This live stream was only meant to be half an hour long, but I've overran because obviously the Google Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, and Pixel 9 Pro XL had a lot of new features coming to the devices. Well, we might see new flagship phones be able to process demanding AI processes like IoT code and jigsorted scuttles in the coding that was previously holding them back. Exciting times. That is very true. And obviously, AI is enhancing. And I feel as though, regardless whether you have Google, Samsung, or even Apple now, because even Apple are introducing AI is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger in smartphones and computers and stuff like that. And yeah, I do feel like eventually, yeah, you are going to be able to do things like coding on your smartphone. And it's all thanks to AI. I mean, look at like the image side of things that we have, and stuff like that. You know, like the imagery and video processing that you can do through using AI. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you can do that with AI now in smartphones, in a couple of years' time, you're going to be able to do coding and stuff like that using the smartphone. Absolute, mate, you are bang on. Exactly. Exactly. So let's now have a look at the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Let me talk you through some of the details that got announced about that, okay? And obviously, you know what, right? I'm going to say it here. I'm going to say it in a couple of weeks' time when I do my Apple event live stream once Apple have done their Apple event in September. But I did read somewhere that Apple are looking at doing a foldable iPhone, and they're kind of looking into releasing it in 2026. They're not planning to release it anytime soon. I do believe they are kind of in conversations with some manufacturers. I think like Asia, I think it's like the Asian manufacturers and stuff. Um, and they're looking into maybe doing the foldable iPhone. I mean, I guess, Apple, they're trying to keep up with these mobile phone like manufacturers out there and stuff like Samsung and Google, where they're doing foldable smartphones. And I guess, Apple are just trying to keep up with it by doing a foldable iPhone. I don't know whether it would be a good idea. I don't know really, because iPhone to me has always just been a phone, not foldable or anything like that. But then at one point, Samsung wasn't foldable, Google wasn't foldable, but here we are. We have got these foldable smartphones now. So, but anyway, last year, Google unveiled the Pixel Fold, their first ever book-style foldable phone. While it got a lot of praise for being quite thin, wide, good at taking photos, and having clean software, it was criticized for launching with an outdated chipset and missing out on a lot of features available on its lower priced siblings. With the new Pixel 9 Pro Fold, however, Google has fixed most of the issues that plagued its first generation foldable. So here is everything that you need to know about the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Uh, so the obvious. So, what sets the Pixel 9 Pro Fold apart from the Pixel 9 Pro? So, the obvious answer is it folds. So yeah. So for example, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold has the exact same chipset, Tensor G4, memory capacity 16 gigabytes, camera features excluding 8K 30 video boost, software features, software support 7 years, connectivity options, NFC, dual SIM, UWB, Wi-Fi 7, etc. Ports USB Type C 3.2. Audio features like spatial audio, charging options, wired and wireless, and perks as the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL. Some of the minor differences between the Pixel 9 Pro Fold and the Pixel 9 Pro and Pro XL include the Pixel 9 Pro Fold doesn't have an infrared temperature sensor, though it does add a Hall effect sensor. It delivers all-day 24-hour battery life based on Google's testing under standard use, but only lasts 72 hours instead of 100 hours when extra battery saver is enabled. It charges slower via both the wired 45-watt Google USB-C charger as well as via the wireless Pixel Stand 2nd Gen. Its 4,650 mAh battery is slightly smaller than the one in the Pixel 9 Pro, 4,700 mAh, and decently smaller than the Pixel 9 Pro XL, 5,060 mAh. George has just said, got to head out now, mate. Hopefully catch you on a stream soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting my video stream, George. I really do appreciate it. Hope you have a lovely time, by the way. That same guy who funded the resurgence of boxing is in talks to buy into Apple stock. If he does, we might get cheaper iPhones going forward with a focus on this in AI, hopefully. Well, who knows? We'll see. We'll see about that one. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold doesn't come in a 128 gigabyte or 1 terabyte storage option, only 256 gigabytes or 512 gigabytes. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold isn't offered in the hazel or rose quartz colorways, only porcelain and obsidian. Its fingerprint scanner is capacitive instead of ultrasonic and is embedded in the power button instead of under the display. The major differences between the Pixel 9 Pro Fold and the other two Pixel 9 Pro phones are all external. They have dramatically different designs, displays, and cameras. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold is thinner, lighter, and narrower. So one of the first things you'll notice about the design of the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is how different its camera bump is compared to the rest of the Pixel 9 series. Instead of having an oval-shaped bar that extends most of the width, it has what can best be described as an island that sits at the top left. That island houses a triple camera array plus a multi-zone LDAF sensor, LED flash, and microphone. The lack of a visor-like camera bar might make the Pixel 9 Pro Fold less recognizable from afar, but the presence of a G logo on the rear should immediately pin the device as a Google phone. Air fryer's cooked now, so I'm going to go serve it out, mate. Have a good night. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, James. Thank you for supporting my live stream this evening. Really do appreciate it, mate. Like the other phones in the Pixel 9 series, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold has a display with fairly rounded corners, 2 of them, in fact. However, the corners that meet the hinge aren't rounded, so the phone might dig into your palm a bit when held in its folded state. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold is both thinner and lighter than the original Pixel Fold. It's only 10.5 millimeters thick when folded, excluding the thickness of the camera bump, which is 1.6 millimeters thinner than the original Pixel Fold. It weighs 257 grams, which is 26 grams lighter than the Pixel Fold, while it's still quite a bit thicker and heavier than slab phones like the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Its new thinner profile compares quite favorably to other book-style foldables sold in the US, like the OnePlus Open, 11.7 millimeters, and the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6, 12.1 millimeters. However, its thickness and weight falls short of some foldables sold in China, like the Xiaomi Mix Fold 4. Just give me 1 second. Thank you for the hearts, by the way. Really do appreciate it, guys. So like the Pixel 9 Pro, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold features a silky soft touch matte glass back, borrowing from the Pixel 9, though the Pro Fold also has a satin metal frame. The all-important hinge is made of stainless steel with an um, aerospace grade high strength aluminium alloy cover. Google promises this hinge will let the Pro Fold hold up fold after fold, though they didn't say how many folds the hinge is rated to endure. For reference, the hinge in last year's Pixel Fold was rated to endure over 200,000 folds and unfolds. Similar to the original Pixel Fold, the new Pixel 9 Pro Fold is IPX8 rated for water, but not dust resistance. Both screens are protected by a layer of Corning's Gorilla Glass Victus 2. Compared to the original Pixel Fold, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is dramatically narrower. The Pixel Fold had an inner screen resolution of 2208 by 1840, and when unfolded was 139.7 millimeters long and 158.7 millimeters wide. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold, in contrast, has an inner screen resolution that's much closer to a square in terms of aspect ratio, and when unfolded measures 155.2 millimeters long and 150.2 millimeters wide. This brings the inner display more in line with other squarish book-style foldables like the aforementioned Galaxy Z Fold 6 and OnePlus Open. More specifically, the inner display is an 8-inch Super Actua Flex display that reaches a peak brightness of 2,700 nits. That's 1,600 nits when viewing HDR content, which is 80% brighter than last year's inner display. It uses an LTPO OLED panel featuring a resolution of 2,152 by 2,076 at 373 ppi and a variable refresh rate between 1 to 120 hertz. A layer of ultra thin glass adds a bit of extra durability. Google's decision to make the Pixel 9 Pro Fold narrower also impacts the cover display. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold's cover display is taller than the 5.8-inch one in the Pixel Fold. It has an aspect ratio of 29 now compared to 17.49, in the previous model. More specifically, the cover display is a 6.3-inch Actua display that reaches a peak brightness of 2,700 nits, 1,800 nits when viewing HDR content. It uses an OLED panel featuring a resolution of 2,424 by 1,080 at 422 ppi and an adaptive refresh rate between 60 to 120 hertz. The Pro Fold's hinge can keep the device propped up at various angles, letting the device be put into tabletop or temp mode. The variable hinge angle allows for a lot of creativity when it comes to taking pictures or recording videos, a facet that Google is once again leaning on with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. So Google brings its latest AI camera features to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. So when it comes to cameras, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold doesn't offer improved optics compared to the original Pixel Fold. Google equipped the Pixel 9 Pro Fold with a triple rear camera system comprised of a 48 megapixel wide angle main lens with a f/1.7 aperture, a 10.8 megapixel ultra wide angle secondary lens with a 127 degree field of view and macro focus support, and a 10.8 megapixel telephoto tertiary lens with 5 times optical zoom. Because the resolution on the Pro Fold's telephoto camera is lower than on the regular Pro, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold only supports super res zoom at up to 20 times zoom, which is unchanged from last year. Though the optics are unchanged, it's worth noting that the new phone has an upgraded ISP and camera software, so it's likely that photos and videos will still look better. Plus, the camera system is still decent among book-style foldable phones. Like many other book-style foldables, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold lets you easily capture selfies using the rear camera, while most phones require you to blindly capture selfies with the rear camera. Book-style foldables like the Pro Fold can show the camera preview on the cover screen. Both screens of the Pixel 9 Pro Fold can be utilized while taking photos too. When you're taking a group photo, for example, you can see the camera viewfinder on the inner display while the group you're taking a photo of can see a preview on the cover screen. Google is extending this dual display concept with a new feature on the Pixel 9 Pro Fold called Made You Look. This feature displays a cartoonish animation on the cover screen that grabs the attention of children while you're trying to take a picture of them. And just like that, just like the Pixel 9 Pro and Pro XL, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold supports nearly all of Google's new AI camera features, including night sight video with Video Boost, Add Me, Zoom Enhance, Auto Frame in Magic Editor, Reimagine in Magic Editor, and Panorama with Night Sight. The only feature that seems to be missing from the Pro Fold is 8K 30 upscaling through Video Boost. So the Pixel 9 Pro Fold runs the latest version of Google's Android software with new AI features. So the Pixel 9 Pro Fold debuts with the same version of Google's Android software as the other phones in the Pixel 9 series. Surprisingly, that software is based on Android 14 and not the imminent Android 15 release, though that will soon be rectified via a post-launch OTA update. In any case, the Pro Fold has all the same new Google AI software features as the Pixel 9, including the Pixel Screenshots app, Cool Notes, Pixel Weather, and Pixel Studio. It also, like the Pixel 9, supports the new satellite SOS feature as well as all the existing ones like Call Assist, Car Crash Detection, Now Playing, and much more. However, there are a couple of software features on the Pixel 9 Pro Fold that aren't available on the Pixel 9, including dual screen calls in Google Meet. When you're in a Google Meet call, callers are shown on both the inner and cover screens, so more people can gather around and participate in the call. Plus, the caller can see both you and what you're looking at. Dual screen interpreter. This feature just translated speech on both displays, making face-to-face conversations in two different languages easier. Notably, this feature landed on the first-gen Pixel Fold with last year's Android 14 update. Split screen Gemini. The Gemini overlay can now be put into split screen mode, letting you have another window open while you ask Gemini questions. It's worth noting this feature is already available on the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Multi-view in YouTube TV. You can watch multiple video feeds in YouTube TV thanks to the larger 8-inch display of the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. A few applications like YouTube take advantage of tabletop mode to show a video feed on the top half of the screen and media controls on the bottom half. As foldables become more popular, the hope is that more applications will become foldable aware. Google promises to deliver 7 years of operating system security and pixel drop updates to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. That's significantly longer than what they promised for the original Pixel Fold, which was 3 years of operating system and pixel drop updates and 5 years of security updates. It remains to be seen whether the hinge will last that long, but if it does, Pixel 9 Pro Fold owners won't have to upgrade their phone until it reaches EOL, end of life, in 2031. How much does the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold cost? This is, by the way, going by US prices, so different markets will be varied. But the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold costs $1,799 in the US. It's available for pre-order today and will be generally available on September 4th, as I mentioned earlier. It comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM and either 256 gigabytes or 512 gigabytes of storage. The available color options include porcelain and obsidian. If you purchase a Pixel 9 Pro Fold, you'll get 3 months of YouTube Premium, 6 months of Fitbit Premium, and 1 year of the Google One AI Premium plan. Although the Pixel 9 Pro Fold isn't being offered in the same hazel and rose quartz colorways as the Pixel 9 Pro, Google is selling an alloy case that not only protects the screens and hinge, but also adds a bit of color. They're also selling matching obsidian and porcelain cases as well. So there we go. So that is also the Google Pixel Pro 9 Fold. So that is pretty much everything that Google did announce and talk about at their Google event, which I believe took place yesterday. So I don't think they spoke about anything else other than that. Let me just have a look. Google events, August 2024. I'm just going to have a very quick look and see if there was anything else. I don't think it. Well, I think it literally was just mainly the Google Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro XL, and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold that got announced at yesterday's event. Anyway, listen, guys, I am going to end this video here. So a massive thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. By the way, I just want to say that starting from September, firstly, I want to say, obviously, the weekly vlogs are back from Monday next week. My next YouTube video is going to be coming out on Sunday this weekend, which is a movie wrap-up video. In that video, I'll be discussing the films It Ends With Us, Trap, Alien Romulus, and maybe a couple more. If I can squeeze a couple more films in before this week is out, then I'll talk about those films as well. So that's going to be coming up on Sunday at 4 p.m. UK time. But also as well, I just want to say very quick that in September, I'll be returning on Stationhead. It's an app you can download on iOS and Android devices, or you can listen on stationhead.com. I will give you more details about my return to Stationhead, a radio station that basically I can talk, I could play music as well through it. I'll talk to you guys about that in the weekly vlog that's coming up on the 26th of August. Okay, so and I'll give you all the details in terms of the station name that you need and all of that. All right, I'll talk about that then. September 6th, I'll be back with the podcasts as well. And also as well, if you do want to give me a follow on Twitter, I'm also now going to be starting up or restarting up my Twitter geek page at TVMM Geek. TV Music Movie Geek is what I'm called on Twitter, at TVMM Geek. And that is where I'll be talking about TV shows that I'm watching. I'll give you guys a little bit of an update in terms of movie news or gaming news or TV news that's happening on various different streaming services like Netflix or Amazon Prime or Disney Plus. And I'm also thinking as well of returning back to my Instagram page that I used a long time ago as well, starting from September. I'm thinking of getting back into using that Instagram page again. And the Instagram page that I'm in relation to talking to about is the Geeky Stevie, which again is where I post about different things in terms of like movie news, gaming news, TV news, etc. I'm thinking of returning back to that Instagram page as well from September. So there we go. So there is a lot of things coming up for me that I'm going to be getting back into from September onwards, which I'm really excited for. But listen, guys, a massive thank you for joining me over the last 1 hour and nearly 20 minutes that I've been on. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like, comment down below as well your thoughts on the Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro XL, or the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. All 4 smartphone devices that got announced yesterday by Google. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section down below. Will you be buying one? Will you be holding off? Let me know in the comment section down below, especially if you're looking into upgrading your smartphones as well around now. So yeah, as mentioned, next video out on Sunday, 4 p.m. UK time, movie wrap-up video. And then on Monday, the 19th of August, at 4 p.m. UK time, will be the return of Steve's weekly vlogs. And also as well, I just want to say as well, if you are new around here and you like what you see, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below to become a Stevo as well. So until my next video, guys, it's goodbye. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you guys again in my next YouTube video.